What's going on, guys? Hey, so you're watching anything good on TV right now? Do you need some suggestions of something cool to binge? You're in the right place, because today we're doing an episode called What to Binge. And we've got a couple of real fine TV minds here to talk about it with. First, you know her from FX Movie Download, and she's a host on Screen Junkies News, Sasha Perl-raver.
Hello, Hal Rudnick.
Oh, welcome back to the party, Sasha. And he is the associate editor at Nerdist, Kyle Anderson.
Hi, Hal. Thanks for having me back.
Each of us has brought in a few shows, and some of these shows, they're not shows you've never heard of, but maybe you haven't gotten around to them yet, and we're gonna give you the seal of approval that, sit down and watch the hell out of this thing.
For
right?
sure, yeah.
Good. Sasha, give us a show that's binge-worthy.
It was a mini-series on Starz, and it is so consumable. It is called Flesh and Bone. So it's about a girl who comes to New York and auditions for a ballet company. I know, I've probably lost some people here, but hold on. There's lots of boobs. There's tons of sex.
I'm back in.
Damn.
And every single episode ends with a, oh my, and then you have to go to the next episode because it's so intense.
Get out of my sight!
It was written and created by Moira Walley-Beckett, who was a writer on Breaking Bad and wrote my favorite episode from the series, which is Ozymandias, which was the second to the last episode in the series.
Yeah.
Super good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Kyle, talk to us.
Voltron, Legendary Defender.
Yes.
This is my new favorite show.
What is that? Good kitty.
I watch it so fast as a Netflix show, so you get to watch full seasons. If you remember Voltron from the 80s.
I had a Voltron in the
Everyone
80s.
did, which is so cool. So I watched it for nostalgia
Yeah.
first of these, pilots who get to fly in robotic lions that come together to form a giant robot guy with a sword.
The best.
It's so good.
The best.
But add to that the writing and directing style of the people who did Legend of Korra and Avatar: The Last Airbender, and you have one of the best written kind of adventure shows I think on TV right now, and it's gorgeous looking.
They maintained the animation style that I remembered from
Yes.
being a kid.
Yeah.
And that was why I loved that show so much.
Yeah.
'Cause they didn't try to update it and make it cool for the new kids.
No.
They were like, this is what it was. You're still gonna love it. Children today will love it.
Defenders of the universe, huh? It's got a nice ring to it.
I'm going to recommend a show that is still on the air. It's going into its third and final season, The Leftovers on HBO.
The instantaneous disappearance of 2% of the world's population.
It basically explores what the world would be like if a rapture type situation actually happened. The acting is fantastic. Just the psychological and ethereal journeys that these characters and the subject matter delves into. It's really some of the most fascinating explorations of the afterlife and that kind of thing. The second season, one of the best seasons of television I've ever seen.
I love my family. I love them.
Then why did you try to kill yourself?
It comes back for its final season, April 16th.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Sasha.
So speaking of final seasons, I have a show that I loved that lasted 3 seasons, and when I found out it was the last episode, nobody knew. Nobody saw it coming. Were you guys fans of Penny Dreadful?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Not yet.
Basically, this show is London, 1900s, basically, and it's every great supernatural character that we've come to love. So you've got Frankenstein, you've got Frankenstein's monster.
Your firstborn has returned. Father.
Eva Green doing, I cannot believe she never got an Emmy for her work.
Yeah,
I cannot believe she never got an Emmy.
Unmet girl? No, much older.
Incredibly underappreciated for
Yeah.
that role.
She's always great.
She's wonderful.
Set direction is incredible. The characters, even though it is sort of a supernatural story, you really, really care about. And it is a very bingeable show.
Probably available on Hulu because it's a Showtime show.
It's a Showtime show, so it's on Hulu,
Yeah.
and you can get it through Showtime Access.
Kyle, throw another one at us.
It's the most rewatchable comedy I think I've ever watched, and it is Parks and Recreation, which you can skip, I think, the first 6 episodes because they were finding their foot. Same with The Office. I don't like watching those first 6 episodes. They're a little rough for me. Start with season 2, and then you're off to the races. And that one's one I don't mind that there's 22 episodes because you just want to keep hanging out with those people.
Oh, yeah.
One of the funniest shows still.
How is this a child-sized soda? Well, it's roughly the size of a 2-year-old child if the child were liquefied.
It sort of became like The Simpsons, where the town of Pawnee, Indiana became its own sort of like, you recognize the different side characters like Perd Hapley.
I'm Perd Hapley, and I just realized I'm not holding my microphone.
If you've watched all of Parks and Rec, go watch it again because you'll be surprised just how rewatchable it is.
Treat yourself.
So the past couple of years, we've had sort of a resurgence of these true crime shows like The Jinx, Making a Murderer. I'm going to go a little bit of a deeper cut, which is from 2004. I believe it was on IFC, and it's called The Staircase. It's about this mysterious death of a man's wife, and he is charged with the crime, and I'm not going to tell you whether he's innocent or guilty, and you may even walk away from the show not even knowing.
Truth is lost in all of this now. Truth is of no meaning whatsoever.
Like so many of these true crime, real-life crime dramas, it's a mind
Oh yeah,
like
I've heard only the best things about it.
It is compelling watching.
Yeah.
Sasha.
So for me, no binge is complete without a food show. The best food show to binge. That's Delicious from Viceland. It's the best.
All right, we got the duck. Come over here. Hey, put it in the microwave. I'm not feeling that. That might have turned me off of duck for a long time.
Action Bronson, who
yes,
is a
rap
rapper,
star, Action Bronson,
who used to be a chef.
Wow.
He was a chef, and basically he adores food, and on That's Delicious, he travels the globe to the best restaurants in the world and sits down with Michelin-starred chefs and eats the food and watches them taste stuff. Like, it's him with, like, Daniel Boulard at his, like, beautiful restaurant in New York, and he's walking through wearing, like, a Knicks starter jacket and a Knicks hat, and he's like...
Oh, and you got a cool bar scene going on, too?
Yeah.
Wow.
The best part is when he goes to taste the food, because he's got this gigantic beard, he like picks it up and pulls it back and
Good beard work.
Oh, thank you. And he has so much joy and enthusiasm for the food.
I've never had anything that tasted like this in my life.
He's one of those dudes, Action Bronson, who you just want to be around him.
Sold. Kyle, you got one more for us?
I got one more, yeah. It's hard to say that I want to watch hours and hours on end of sketch comedy because, you know, there's ups and downs. But for me, I could easily do this with every episode of Monty Python's Flying Circus.
This parrot is no more. This is an ex-parrot.
It's got everything that I want, which is ridiculous humor coupled with like references to Chaucer and stuff like that. It's just like, and it's just such a weird and bizarre show. And they'll just give up on sketches, and it's like, yeah, well, we have no punchline here. Bye.
This is getting too silly.
Quite agree. Silly, silly, silly. Right, get on with it.
It's one of the funniest shows. Still, it's you know, everyone should watch it for religious purposes.
Such groundbreaking television. Really, like, would we have the great sketch shows of today without Monty Python's Flying Circus? It's like the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah.
And just holds up.
It really does. Yeah, I mean, I feel like most people have seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which is a wonderful movie, but like the sketch show is where like all the best stuff is, in my opinion.
Heck yes.
Nice.
Thank you for that. This one it's a show that many of you have probably heard of, probably many of you have seen, but if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Black Mirror on Netflix. A cautionary tale of the future, a cautionary tale of the present, technology, its pervasiveness, the government, putting our trust in computers. Man, this show, it's gonna make you a little bit paranoid, but it's also gonna entertain the hell out of you. And it's somewhat like a modern day updating of The Twilight Zone.
It's important that you realize there is a small medical procedure involved.
Sorry for a game?
I'll just say this. Watch the first episode. Watch the very first episode of the first season. If you are not hooked by that first episode that involves a pig, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, and I will say no more,
that's all you need.
It's great TV. Guys, I just realized I have so much TV to watch. What is your personal recommendation for a show to binge? And what's your favorite binge-watching experience? Let us know in the comments section below. We want to know. I want to thank my guests for an awesome conversation.
Thanks for having us.
Sasha Perl-Raver, thank you. Kyle Anderson, thanks for coming back.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you for watching Screen Junkies. I'm Hal Rudnick. Hit me up on Twitter. Bye-bye. Hey guys, did you know that this end card works with your phone now? I know, right? Click the boxes below to watch more Screen Junkies videos, and click the Screen Junkies logo to subscribe and get this show, honest trailers, movie fights, and more.